room there.
Yeah. Is that where his portal is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You. Okay.
So
Right hand view of finger flick.
this is not normal training. Right now we're doing some shorts for the July Wing Chun Kempo official YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And
We're doing abnormal training.
right. But there's a mirror behind us today, not a scenic gate, but that's okay. Welcome bots, welcome trolls. Come and just talk smack and trolls are
Easier to talk smack.
trolls are part of the ecosystem, dude. And
That's all right.
it's like without mosquitoes we wouldn't have trout, we wouldn't have dragonflies, right? And we need trolls. To attract trolls is a good thing. So now are you ready to start the short?
Okay.
Remember the basic structure,
kinda.
basic idea?
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching the clock and I'll murmur when I think you've got like a minute left.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we in the right spots?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And just think of like a quick line when I hit
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is part 2 of the 5-star blocking arm conditioning exercise. In part 1, we just did the basic here. So you first is a bong, tan, then gan, and then crossbody, and then oo, like this, okay? And we do it with both hands, but we won't do that at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to do an add-on, right? Now you can do however you want to do this, but we're going to do it. We'll start with the low bong, and then a pak kind of down like this with a kwa choi, a backhand. Okay, so you can do it with that side. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, and then right, and then we do a tan.
That's terrible. Okay.
A tan, and what we're going to do a pak kind of in, okay, to destabilize the center with this outward chop, right? Boom, right in here, side of the neck. Well, lots of stuff in there. Nerves and veins, or nerves and arteries, right? Okay. Pak in, very good, very good. Okay, and then the next one is crossbody. Oh, you got to do gansao, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gansao, okay. And this one is, again, kind of a pop down, and you can do a slap to the side of the neck, or you can do, what was the other one we were going to do? Slap to the side of the neck is fine. Okay. So, Gansal. There you go. What are you doing? Okay, fine. Now you can do just the back of the hand, right? Okay, next one is, okay, crossbody. And this one is pak and punch.
I thought it was a view.
Yeah, okay. So we
A view and a
view here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're here, view coming through, and then this comes to a lap with I'm doing a one pak, a side palm. Okay. Okay. Where are we here now? Cross. Okay, view. Pop, side palm. Good luck. You got me off balance, and that's what you want to do. And then the last one is we do hunsa here, and this one is pak and face palm. Okay. Whoop. Good job.
And
You already did the face. There you go. Good,
That's it
good,
right
good.
there?
Yeah, that's it.
okay.
So, and you can practice both arms. We did it, alternative. You could just do one side too if you want, and then go to the other side. Doesn't really matter. Either way. Okay?
When you do the 5 things like over and over, it does condition the arms and toughen them up a little bit. But then this other stuff is like the pak strikes, there's like reaction time and I don't know.
Right. Yeah, well, those are basic, basic
Proprioception.
techniques. Right?
Yeah. Drills.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it ended before. That's okay. Shorts frequently do that. Josh is here. Hey Josh, I missed your trommel stream earlier. Saw that it had happened after the fact. We're just trying to get Zane's channel up to 50 subscribers so that he can live stream. So we're doing some shorts, and yeah, trying to get him up to 50, his first 50. OG. And, you know, battling technology and all the usual bullshit, bullcrap. Oh, Zane, I made a mistake. We're gonna have to do that again. Sorry, man. I made a mistake. We do it again. I think we can do it better. I didn't set it for 3 minutes. It was 15 seconds. Let's just, I think you were a little bit...
Retarded?
No, just... It does kind of get you a little bit nervous when you're on. It takes some getting used to, you know. All right, now it's set for 3 minutes, and let's do it again. Just, I think we ended with a little time to spare. All right, you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you get ready for your initial line. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Okay, we did this 5-star blocking arm conditioning thing on part 1. Now this is part 2, which is just kind of an addendum or an extension off of that basic exercise, okay? We start the same way with a low bone. Going to start this side, okay? So here we just use a little pock here with...
We just like do them once in a row, just to like remember the poem.
Okay, we can do that. Here?
Oh, no, the first poem,
Oh.
Tan.
Oh, that's right. You want to do that.
And
Okay,
then-
and then Gan,
Gan.
right? And then cross body, okay? And then U. On the U, you do the Hunsal, right? Okay,
Yeah.
now we're going to do it with the extensions.
Okay.
So here, boom, boom, chop. Whoops.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine,
you want to
yeah.
try it? Boom. There you go. And then the next one is Tan.
Tan.
Tan. Oh, Tan, hit, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tan.
All right, so here. Good. Okay. Next one is Gan.
Gan.
Gan. And then here. And we can, instead of a backhand, we can do the, well, the first one we should have done a backhand. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, but you want to block in a strike, right? Most of these all are pocks, right? Okay. Okay. The next one is crossbody. Here. Okay. And this one is
View.
view. So come underneath. And this is what do we call this?
Lop.
A lop with a face palm. Okay, crossbody, lop, or view, face palm. Good, that's it. Keep the elbow down. Yeah. Okay, and then the next one is
We're starting this
right.
side.
Okay, here,
Yeah.
and then again we can do this or whatever you want to do. You can do eye flick too. Like that.
Eye flick.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's how.
Boom. Right.
Or
Okay. Yeah, you
Mhm.
can do that.
Yeah.
This eye flick thing is kind of cool because it doesn't hurt the guy, but it just shakes him up a little bit. This is called goldfish tail in Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Glad we're wearing glasses.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So arm conditioning with the repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of toughens up the densifies the bones, right?
Yeah. So like when this guy is gonna, swing at you and you're doing this stuff, you want this to hurt. If you're gonna do it yang style, right? You want it to hurt a little bit, right?
Right.
Wow. That's gonna shake him up. Okay.
Yeah, but then also just drilling basic. Pock is what it sounds like. Pock.
Yeah, it just means like slap.
Yeah,
It's an onomatopoeia,
slap.
I think.
And a strike combo. Okay.
Remember 8th grade English, onomatopoeia?
Onomatopoeia, baby. That was just in time.
Okay.
It just ended right there. Okay, very good. Now I got to do the tedium. That turned out good. All right. And enter the. All right. So what do you have in mind for part 3?
Oh, geez, we're gonna do part 3 now.
I thought you said you wanted to do 3 parts.
No,
We don't
you
have
said-
to. Don't have to.
Okay.
But I think we should do at least 3 shorts today.
Okay, let's try this one. Let's just do the ton exercises, right? This one, remember?
Okay. Let me finish this so I can concentrate so I don't fuck up. Let's mess up. Wing. Where are the trolls? Maybe the algorithm decided no more thousands upon thousands of views for Lean Bear, for Matt. No more of that. That's fine. The almighty malgorism. Arm conditioning. Part 4. No, part 2. Part 2. Okay. And there we go.
Are we still doing the live thing?
You got to make sure, yeah, still doing the live thing. So you should, but tell a story to get some history.
Okay. What we're going to work on next today, look, to ease the learning curve on Wing Chun stuff, which is kind of a complicated system, really. Even for Southern Chinese systems, it's relatively complicated. So I've tried to kind of develop these little sets that we can do to practice some of the basic moves, whether you want to call them blocks or covers or with attack. So the first one we're going to do right now is a tan. Tans and views, some people call this a view, some people have other terms for it too, but it's basically just a tan turned up, okay? Turned over for the high gate. Basically 3 gates. You can think of the 3 tan-tians, right? Or tan-den. Here, the upper gate, middle gate, and then the lower gate. And so that's what we're basing these on. Japanese, they say chu, jo, ge.
The Koreans have words
Yeah,
for
they would
those?
say jung, ha, and
Sang.
would it be sam?
Well, ha
Maybe
is opposite
sang.
of sang is ha. Iha, isang, right? Jiha, jisang. Yeah.
Okay, so
So we're
You're gonna-
practicing for the short now. We're not. doing
yeah,
the short.
now we're gonna do like you're gonna do punch. Okay, so I do a tan. I'm moving in on this one, tanda, and then that side, tanda. Both of these are on the inside gate. He's gonna do punch, high gate, and then a kind of a more yen where you're swallowing the energy, as they say in Okinawa. Okay, like this again, swallowing the energy. First one is forward. Second one is bringing it in. So you're trying to suck him into your attack. And then the low, right, and then what? Boom, boom, boom. Move in with the 3 punches.
Okay, so this is the first sequence.
This is the first sequence, yeah. So I'll punch you, go to the inside, okay? There you go.
Remember that one. That side's a little hard to keep it in.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Okay, this side. Good. And you want to punch from where your hand is. So I'm here, boom, right? So now I'm not going to bring this hand back to punch, right? I'm just right here, boom. You go from where your hand is, boom, right there. Okay? So you did good. Try it again from the beginning. 1, 2, good. I know he's got a little trouble with his shoulder, so
I'm supposed to be keeping my elbow in.
yeah.
But
Okay, and then high. Good. Try not to Yeah, I know, we gotta work with this, but it's, you kind of want to relax this, okay? Eye on the other side. Good, 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 that's good. Okay, how's that feel?
Not bad.
Yeah, you don't have to tighten up too much. It should be the bone structure
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
connected to your center, right? And then middle again is coming back. There you go, good, good, good. You swallow to the side, good, and then low. Okay, low, good, and then middle, boom, 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 right.
You think to begin it, maybe I face the camera and I just like do the
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
sequence. This is a sequence that we do
Yeah,
of just kind of like a form,
right,
and then boom, boom, boom.
yeah.
From the front, then they have more of an idea how to view it.
You're gonna do that right now?
Well, after I start the short, we haven't started the short yet.
Oh, we're gonna do this as a short?
As a short, yeah. I thought you wanted
Okay,
to do it
you
as a
want,
short.
you wanna start this?
Just start by showing that sequence
Okay.
real quick, so they have a frame of reference when they see it from the
You
side.
wanna do it, or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facing?
Yeah. Do it in front. Say this is a sequence that we do.
There's a sequence that we do.
The first of 5. It's
Right.
5, right?
Yeah,
6.
I think so.
6 actually. With
Okay.
with Gonzalo.
Yeah.
6. Okay. All right. Maybe move a little bit this way toward the center of the mirror. There we go. Right there. And I got to make sure I select 3 minutes. 3 minutes is selected.
Okay,
You ready?
all right.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I guess we have around 6 basic little exercise routines that we do, working on the different hand positions basically that we use to clear the way for a strike. All right, the first one we do is we call the tan set or the tanda set. Okay, so it goes like this. The first one is kind of that yang energy going forward, right, with your tan. Right. Second one is coming up, high gate, then middle gate. This time the tan is coming back, so you're swallowing. So this is spit, this is swallow, right? These are terms that probably come from southern China. I think they come from the Bubishi actually, which is a Chinese book. So here, and then low, gansao, which really, see, look, this is the basic tan shape, right? Tan shape, tan, gan, it's all the same shape. It's just you're utilizing it a little bit differently, right? And so then at the end, after the low gates, then we just go 3 punches. Because you don't want to stick with one, you want to shake him up a little bit, get him off balance. Okay? All right, so is that,
Yeah. Understood.
okay, so I'm going to punch and he's going to do this. So inside, that's it, forward energy, right? Okay, high, middle, that's good, and then low, boom, boom, and then boom, 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 good, very good. Okay, so that's the basic idea. You can practice it with a partner, without a partner. And you can then take these and do extensions with them as well. So for example, for the middle punch, right? I do a punch. Okay, I'm in here, and then I can extend it further by doing other moves, whatever you want to do, right? So that's up to you and using your...
It's called second hand, right? When you...
Yeah, okay, so like this would be first hand, this is second hand, this is third hand, fourth hand, whatever. That's just a term we use for convenience, okay? But the basic is forward, high, punching from where the hand is, right? And then low, oops, swallow, and then down, okay? And then boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then 5 more. All right. Sit for that one. Got like 15 more seconds. Any final word?
Have fun with it, and experiment with it a little bit.
And like and subscribe. July Wing Chun Kenpo.
You can throw in kicks and stuff too if you want.
And if you're in the Seoul area, please get in touch. Okay. All right. Well, I feel a lot better that those are there, and
Okay.
you know, let me just get the. That was well done. Okay, and we got a happy 4th of July wish from Peekaboo,
Thank you, Peekaboo. Happy 4th of July to you too.
and still no trolls.
And also a happy birthday, Dalai Lama.
All right. So what do you want to do next?
Well, let's work through these.
Okay.
And because it's basics, it's always good to work basics.
Okay.
Really, a person doesn't need, we're still live, right?
Yeah, still live.
A person doesn't need a lot of technique.
What
As
is
Bruce Lee
as Bruce Lee said, right?
said, I don't fear the man who knows 1,000 techniques. I fear the man that knows, one technique and has practiced it
1,000 times.
1,000 times, right? All of the different techniques are really good for developing your mind. They're good for developing attributes, coordination, balance, speed, timing, all of this stuff, right? Really good for your nervous system. But in terms of for self-defense and for just fighting, you don't really need that many techniques. A couple punches, palms, elbows, knees, kicks, just a few of each, and that's really good enough. So we're going to work today with these basic little practice sessions, kind of sets that I put together, and it's always good to work off those. And I mentioned earlier, you can do extensions too. And when you do extensions, you want to avoid the robotic thing, right?
We've got enough people here that maybe could you just briefly give a rundown of your martial arts history?
Okay.
Stuff that you've done, and I think they'd be interested to know. Maybe there's some people in here that have done martial arts and they're curious as you would be.
Personally, I started with Okinawa-te, with Ishin-ryu, which is a pretty modern style. Really kind of came into being in the late 40s, early 50s. It's a mixture of primarily Shorin-ryu and Goju-ryu. There are a couple Goju-ryu forms in that style. And then I studied some judo for a while, and then I did kendo for a while. This is when I was still in my teens. And then I went to Japan and I studied Goju with Morio Higaonna at his Yoyogi dojo, Goju-ryu. And then later I studied some Kaji Kembo when I was in the military, and also studied some, what is it called? Some kind of mantis thingy, 5-star mantis or something like that, I think it was called. And then, I also did a little bit of Wing Chun, Young Chun when I was in Japan. I studied a little bit with a Chinese exchange student from Hong Kong. And then back in the US, what else did I play? Oh yeah, in Arizona, I studied with a student of Augustine Fong, Wing Chun, when I was living in Sierra Vista and Huachuca City. And then here in Korea, I've been mostly doing, I did a little Weichi-ryu when I was in the Middle East with, I probably shouldn't mention names, but a pretty well-known Weichi-ryu guy. Who's in Texas, and and then I studied Kali or Eskrima, and then I studied a little bit of Tai Chi, modern Yang style Tai Chi, mostly performative. But anyway, that's kind of my background, and I studied from 5 or 6 different Wing Chun teachers. So my Wing Chun is kind of my version, which you should do. It's martial arts is a little bit like religion, it likes to form little different groups that split off from each other, but ultimately it's your personal relationship with God that matters, right? Well, my feeling is it's kind of similar with martial arts. It's your personal relationship with the stuff that you learn.
Yeah. There's any like head chopping. There's head chopping.
Well,
There has been head chopping in the past.
yes, there has been. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can make this work on the outside gate. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. So you punch here, outside gate. Okay. Now watch. Here, I'm gonna have to do what? I can't just go like this, right? What am I gonna have to do?
You're gonna have to
I've got to drop this,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Into a hole.
Okay, punch. So I drop, okay? And you want to cut across here.
There's also the footwork you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing a shift here, okay? So we have this in the form too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Should we like go through what is tan, what is bone, what is
This is tan.
That's tan.
Tan basically just means to like spread. Let's do it with your good arm. So it's you're spreading. The energy is spreading across, right? And even when he's coming in, it's kind of spreading, right? That's basically the idea. Think of like you're putting butter or peanut butter on toast or something like that, right?
There's like a yang tan.
Yeah, the basic idea is you're using it to move forward, right? And the yin is, okay, other hand, yin is coming back. So it's really kind of, really relaxed. You're letting his energy come in and work against it.
And then there's also the concept of the center line, right? So, I mean,
There's actually this line, this line, this line, this line, center line.
right? But if I could be driving, I could be coming in any way, and that tan, if he knows how to use it, is going to redirect. I'm not going to be able to.
Okay, so he's coming in here. I can use the inside tan. In this case, he's got the energy coming in. I want to use that to pull him in as I hit, right? Or I can go to the outside. We call this the inside gate. This is the outside gate. So I can also move to the outside gate, moving forward. Discombobulating his balance and do my strikes.
Well, Billy Bob is usually going to come with a haymaker. It's usually going to be the right.
Yeah, 90% of all attacks, they say, statistically in the United States, are this big haymaker. Now we're going to use the left here because his right arm has problems with the shoulder. You know?
But we do it slow and
Yeah.
just show.
But you just practice here. It's like this. You're using the same tan form, you're just moving it up. And again, this can be done as like yin. Okay, give me some power. Okay, this is yin. I'm moving him in. Or I can do it yang. Go ahead. I'm going out like this, kind of chopping.
And there's also the simultaneous defense and strike.
Yes.
Right.
Much faster than 1, 2, right? So you want to cut out that beat. Okay? All right.
All right. So where were we?
And then there's
Tons?
so this is here, here,
I just
here,
kind of wanted to
here.
point out that just because we're doing things in a very slow, controlled, it's not realistic. That's not what you
Yeah, this is,
we do consider that. Just saying, you know, we do talk
start
about
slow.
that.
If you can't do it slow, you can't do it fast.
Yeah.
You know, when you start speeding up, your quality is probably going to degrade. So let's focus on the slow movements. You want to make sure everything is in good positioning. Okay. And then you can do it fast later if you want. It's okay. You know, he can do a fast punch there, right? It's still a tongue to the outside, right? So that's okay too. You can work with this. Okay, your turn. Inside.
Oh.
Inside. Forward energy. There you go. Good. This side. Boom. Good. Keep the thumb in. Back a little bit. Okay, high. Right? High. Okay, middle.
Oh.
Suck it in.
Oh.
Turn. Good.
Oh, we're doing it?
Middle.
We're doing
There you go. Low. There you go. Low. Good. And then boom. Yeah. Okay. Relax. You good? Doesn't have to be, you know, you get more energy with the loose. Actually.
Yeah.
The idea is, if you're really interested in this, you might want to look at Sistema a little bit. What the basic idea is your body is relaxed. You're doing your punch from wherever your hand is, and you're using your whole body, right? You're using the mass of your body. Very similar concept to kind of a more internal Wing Chun, right? And Wing Chun can be done like hard style or it can be done soft style. And you can mix it up, you know, like go Ju, hard, soft. Okay, next one is what?
Hawk.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, first one, hawk. Good, hawk. Good, okay. So this is basically, this is the destabilization and you're clearing the way, right? Clearing the way. And you don't want this going across. In this case, you want it going right into his center. So as you can see, when I hit that, it destabilizes, right? And then you can follow it in. Okay.
Very economical. Right.
So, good. Next side. Good. Now what's this one?
Yeah.
One pop. You. Good. This side. Good. Okay. So you're just, this is very yin. You're bringing it in. You're like combing somebody's hair, you know. You're brushing this in and you're coming underneath with the view. View is a pointer, right? So like this. Now, when you actually do view, you can do kind of soft finger. Let it, unless you really have good hand conditioning. And all of this stuff too, you know, like this is a view, yes. But I can use face palm, right? I could use a punch. Doesn't really matter, okay? You could do a nose pinch. You could do chin na stuff or, you know, Kyusho, go ahead. Okay, I can come in here, do the throat. Doesn't really matter. You can practice how you want. All right, so do it again. Hop, do the middle. Boom, boom, middle, boom, boom. Good. High.
Oh,
That's right. Good. Left side. Good. Okay. Now this can be to the eyes, or it can be to the throat, but it's got to be to something soft. Okay. You don't want to hit his forehead unless you're just doing it for training. It's okay. You can tap in there. All right. And middle again is what?
oh yeah, it's yeah.
So get middle.
Uh,
Yeah. Middle. Good. Okay.
Is
And
that
then
under, right?
yes, that's right. And then low.
Just
Pop down. Yeah. Right. Pop down. Good. And you're punching from wherever your hand was. You're not bringing it back here. Not bringing it back here. Okay. All right. And then boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And I suggest when you practice this, you know, try to practice it this way so you're basically just going over the bridge of your own arm. Boom, boom, boom. We generally practice hitting to the chest here. In real life, you can hit to the what's that called?
Process.
Yeah, this xiphoid process. Or you can punch in the face if you've done hand conditioning. All right.
Solar plexus is actually better.
Yeah, solar plexus. And you know, it doesn't have to be a punch to the face. Again, it can be a face palm.
Punches to the face are actually kind of dangerous to your.
Can be if you don't. You know, you got to be careful. Look, you hit his mouth. You're gonna cut your knuckles on his teeth, right? So face palm is probably smarter.
And this is the old chain punch.
Yeah, this is a chain punch.
You see it in movies sometimes, very stylized, but it is it's hard to get used to. Still,
we do 3 instead of 4 because 4 is the, you know, sounds like death in Chinese, Korean, and Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
All right, and then the next set is
that's jump. That's jump.
boom, boom, boom.
Bong is next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so we start with punch. Okay, middle, lap. Now, for just practice, you don't have to pull it back because you have to reset each time. In real life, okay, it's like this. You're pulling them in, right? But for practice, just here is good enough. Right in here. Keep your elbow in tight. Go over it right in here, it doesn't matter for the punch. Okay? So you hear this comes down, grabs right around the wrist like this. This turns over and punches in.
Bone means wing, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
So it's a wing-shaped block.
Yeah.
Tan is spread, and it could be yang, active. It could be yin, passive, and so it could be high, it could be mid, it can be low, mid, high. But it's just basic shape, and it needs to have proper structure so that you're not tense. Your muscles aren't tense, but you've got the proper bone structure that you can be relaxed and you can absorb that energy and
trying to have good form with it is really good for the first couple years. Okay, later on you can adjust a little bit. So I could do a bone like this, right? But to begin with, start with these basics. Okay, the next one is high. So I'm here or here, like this, right? Punch. Okay, and this is called a non. I'm doing a high bone. You can do a high bone inside too, see? But this is a outside gate bone, and I'm doing a non. At least that's what we call it in Korean. I'm not sure what the Chinese title is in punch, right? The next one is middle again. So I'm right here this time. Instead of dropping for the punch, it's a little bit faster technique, but you're doing the same thing here a lot with a chop to the throat, okay? Other side, like this, okay? And then low here, and what we're practicing it this way, you're just using like a gon, right? Here, and then opening up the side for attack the floating ribs, basically. Try to knock his wind out. Okay? And then boom, boom, boom.
yeah,
Okay, you want to try?
slowly.
Yeah, slowly. Yeah, try to keep that. Try to keep it. Okay, try it again. There you go. Good. That's the other side. Good. Okay, now try to get this. Right here, this is your U hand. You're just chopping it down like this and grabbing. Chop, turn, punch. Keeping contact here. Try it again. Good. Other side. Yeah, good. Okay. And then high. Okay, he's blocking from the outside gate, so he's gonna open up the inside gate. Right. Okay. Good. Okay, try not to, let's stay kind of 50-50 right now. Okay. Yeah, this can all be adjusted to balance and stuff, but I want him to work on trying to get everything.
Try to relax.
Yeah, try to relax, yeah.
Move this way a little bit.
And then again, middle with, on top now. Same thing, yeah, that's right. Good, other side. Good, okay, and then low.
And then
This comes down. Chops, okay, and that opens up the side, see? Okay. Bend this a little bit. Yeah. Okay, there you go, down. Yep, good. See, you open me up. Yeah. Probably don't need to be that far out.
Okay.
That's good enough there.
Right.
Okay. Okay, now let's ding around with this one a little bit. Let's try this. First one. Boom. Okay, now second hand. What am I going to do? What would you do? Boom. What would be your second hand here?
Asking me?
What I would do...
I'd slide down, grab the wrist, and bring this up into a face palm.
Yeah, something like that. So you could do this, face palm, okay? You could do this, pop in here, and then I could drop this down here, turn him, hit here, then I get here, right?
Neck chops, by the way, are... Yeah.
And the idea is, you want it to be like this. Okay, so it's a continual flow. I'm doing the slow flow, but I'm not stopping my movements, right? I'm not doing this. I'm trying to get a flow. Even if it's slow, as long as it's flowing, that's good. Okay? You got it? Both, second hand. Good. Third. Good. Okay, fine. Other side. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, what's the next set?
Jump,
Yeah,
jump, and then jut,
right.
and then mantis,
Okay,
and
let's.
then concept.
Is I think it's jut first, isn't it? Let's do jut.
You're the teacher.
Okay, let's do jut. Jut is like this. Very similar to, okay, so jut is you're just doing jerking and coming in, okay? In the third form, our third form, Wing Chun's second form, basically, usually the jut, you'll see it, is when the hand is out. And so it's coming back like this. So he's got a punch coming in here and I'm like this, okay? But for this exercise, we're just here. So this is the jut. Jut, this opens up the center, I go in, right? Okay, so 1, 2, right here now. Try to keep the back hand up, right? And then high jut, okay, like this. And here we go to the eyes, other side. See my hands over here? So it's going from there to the eyes. And then the
Mid again.
third one is like this. You're doing a jut here, and then rolling over. For this is also a jut. This is a reverse jut. Okay. Other side. Here, like this. Okay. Again. Like that. Okay.
And then low.
And then low is just like this. Okay. Kind of pulling it in and down. Okay. All right, got it? Okay, let's do it slow. Good. That was real slow. Yeah, okay. High.
Okay.
Yeah. Loosen up, loosen up. Okay, middle. That's right. Middle. Good. Shoulders even.
No.
Okay, and then low. Right?
No. It's oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's do the middle with the second hand. Okay. Yep, yep. Good. Now second hand now. What you gonna do? That's good. Yeah. Good, good, good. Okay, other side. Okay. Nuts. Okay, nuts are good. Okay, next one is jump. Jump is a cut. This is kind of a jump too, see? Across like this. But we're doing it here. So it's the same kind of thing. You're coming in and then clearing the way for the punch.
It's kind of the opposite of a jut in a way, isn't it? It's kind of
Yeah.
cutting through.
Right. You're cutting through, right? Okay, so that's the first one. Second one is
High.
yeah, it's like this, right?
Well, it was cross.
Oh yeah, across. Okay. So for this one, okay, we're gonna use it like this across, right? And the way we're working it here is we're doing this move. It's kind of snaky. We're coming underneath, and this is called kamna or chinna. It's joint manipulation. In this case, we're manipulating the, what are these called? The vertebrae in your neck. Okay, so we've got energy going this way and energy going this way.
Just give me
So
a
it's like scissors, right?
roll adjustment.
Okay, boom, yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the middle again. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Again, we do a lop and a punch. Okay, other side. Lop and a punch. Okay. Second hand, he's gonna come across. Whatever, right? You always gotta watch out for that backhand. So always have a plan. Always have a plan.
Everybody's got to get punched in the face.
Yeah, well, that's just it. You
Punch
know?
in the mouth.
You just gotta go with the flow, because people are gonna bend and move and, you know, shuffle differently. So you just kind of have to be a little bit aware and build in different reflexes. That's why, you know, it takes years to get good at this stuff, because you've got to rewire your brain really
Yeah.
to kind of like get these things natural, so you don't have to think about them all
So
the
I
time,
keep
right?
telling Zane, it's a lot like recently I've been learning to play drum kit, and there's a lot of parallels, a lot of similarities in terms of forming new circuits and unlearning,
Yeah, okay.
wiring and
And then
rewiring.
this one is,
Um,
it's just,
oh yeah, well,
it's just a straight down, yeah. Right, straight down and punch.
is the hand on the sideways like that?
This is
or-
fine. Yeah, yeah. And again, it doesn't have to be, can you see okay here? It doesn't have to be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this, you know? Your whole arm is the weapon. Okay,
Okay, so it's my turn?
Yeah. okay. Oh, let's do it from the middle if you want to start there. Boom, good, boom. Good, okay. Cross body. Right, okay. Cross body, there you go.
No, that was wrong. Let me try it again.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
Elbow should be out, right?
yep, middle again.
Oh yeah.
Up, good, good, good. Good, good, okay, and low, just chop it down, yeah, boom. There you go, 1,
1, 2, 3.
good, okay.
Mantis.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, let's start with this then. So it's a cross punch.
Can we show them like maybe?
Okay,
straight
really,
ahead
this
what
is
that
like the
looks
Hun Sao hand, right?
So this is sort of mantis-y.
Yeah, different lineages do it differently.
Bong and Tan are kind of crane.
You'll see a lot of lineages just use it like this, right? Or like this, or like this, you'll see. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's kind of
So
a hook.
I like to do it like this, because yes, you can kind of hook and draw in, see? It's got kind of a really nice flavor to it, I think.
Watch out for money.
Yeah, mine, you okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
So-
the first one is, yeah.
Is that worth it? That's the high one, isn't it? The first one is
That, you think?
I thought the eye flick was a high one.
Okay. And the middle is this one, right?
The first middle is just a
Okay,
hook dot.
okay. Yeah. Keep your elbow down, so punch, it's here. Because I need my elbow in wide. Walk in with that. See? It misses. I might not hook it here, but this is gonna stop it from causing any major damage to my.
Bring it back this way, because
Yeah.
again, structure. This is structure, right?
Yeah.
I may just slightly graze in there on the chest, but
Right.
it's not gonna really connect if the structure is good.
Right, if I miss here, he's coming to the punch, I'm just gonna change him up.
Good direction.
Okay, so, boom. Boom, okay, high. Yep. Right, middle, turn, there you go. Good, okay, low. Yeah, just back there. There you go. Straighten up, there you go. Yeah, keep this elbow in, like this.
Oh, yeah, see, I wasn't doing it right. So, it's actually outside, right?
Yeah. Well, you can do it inside, you can do it
Inside.
outside, doesn't matter.
Okay. So, here's
There you
inside.
go. Right, okay. Do second hand. There you go, good here. Yep, you like that kick, don't you?
I like that kick.
Okay, and then we got the,
Kanta?
yeah, and whatever they're called.
I think this has to be seen kind of like front. You can't really see. Can you show it both sides from the front? Both.
Well, you just did.
Well, but you're the teacher, so
Okay.
what it looks
Yeah.
like.
You'll see some lineages really come far out with it. I don't think you, look, as long as this is called a yin line. right here. As long as you're on that yin line, that's good enough. Look, come here. How about this angle? Can you see good enough?
It's better,
Okay.
yeah.
If I'm here, right on that yin angle, nothing's gonna hit me here. I don't need to be way over here. Right? I don't need to be way over there. This is good enough. So you're just on this line right here, kind of on your titty line. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then both sides, you know.
Yeah. Now, and
This side. Yeah.
we've got some basic patterns for these two. So he's gonna punch here. Okay, here. First one is you can do a lan. So you switch. Lan is like the tan shape too, but you're holding it in front of your body. I don't think you should let it collapse too much because it weakens your structure, right? Try to keep it that tan bend. Later on, you can do whatever you want. But
Kind of a 45-degree angle, or
yeah, I don't know. What is that? It's a little more than 45.
more than 45.
Okay, so I'm here. I switch to a lan. This is just my bridge. Now, if he's gonna do a counter punch there, I can just take him out there. See, but it's basically to feel where he's at, where he's moving. If he's coming in on me, right? I can adjust, and I can also use this actively to move him around. Okay, to take out his balance, and then I can attack over my bridge. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Okay, so that's the first one.
The first one, yeah.
Lan, both sides. Lan,
Yeah.
landa. Next one is you can do pompai.
Pompai.
So
Pompai is a push, kind of a pushing.
yeah, you can use it
A
as
bump.
a strike or a push.
It's
Yeah.
best if you've got a wall on the other side of the guy. You're using the wall as a.
So like he's coming in on me, boom, I'm here, and then you don't have to switch your hands. You're right here, just turn them like this. Around the hip area, shoulder area is pretty good. So just right here, see? You can use it as a strike or a push. You can use it as a push to, you push him into a car, push him into a wall. The wall is a lot stronger than you are probably, right? So you use the wall as a weapon. Right? Okay, so let's try it on this side. Boom, okay, I'm right here. Here's my center, here's his center, I'm going on that center line. Okay, because I want to take his balance. All right, and then the next one is what?
Well, there's the
Let's do this
kick.
one first. Okay, so we're here, bang. Now, this hand, top hand, is just gonna contour underneath here. I'm grabbing in here. And you can do this softly, you can do it hardly. So, I don't know, hardly do it. Okay, I'm here, right here. I can be real soft, and I take this hand right here from attack from where it's at. So this just collapses, destroys his bicep. And then again, closest weapon to target, I'm right here, okay? And again, it just follows on. You contour. Okay, so boom, lock with your forward hand and destroy. Okay?
a bicep
No.
destruction.
Yeah, you can go in here too for pressure points and really clamp onto that guy if you want. Right in here. And you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
what do you mean? Start with.
So do lan.
Uh,
Okay. Right. Now this, rather than pushing down, should be kind of pushing in, like this. Okay. Try this. Okay, now that changes to the lan. Yeah, I'm up there. The feel should be like this. Pushing.
It's not
pushing.
exactly parallel to the ground. It's more.
Yeah. Okay. Bang. I'm right here.
Yeah.
See? This is a little lower than my wrist. This is my control. Bang.
This side.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Try again to get more push in and less push down. Right. Yeah, if you push in, okay, watch the diff. Here I'm pushing in. It's harder for him to do the running hand. Okay? If I push down, it's easier for you to do the running hand. Okay? So try to push into his core. Yeah. And again, this energy is, face this way, it's like this. Okay? That whipping kind of energy. And then up, okay? This is what I'm feeling.
Okay.
That's better. There you go. Yeah, okay. Right. Good. That was better. Okay, and then the next one is
Pompai?
well, did we do Pompai already?
We didn't do the kick.
Yeah, right, okay.
Should I do that?
Yeah, okay, this is like when you're fighting a taekwondo guy. A taekwondo guy. And basically is here. We're not kickers, we're old men. And we're rather conservative. But this is for your stabilization, okay?
Yeah.
So here, come out here a little bit so you can get on the side of it. Okay, grab it with your right, yes, your left hand. Okay, now he's gonna do a kick in here, see? And I'm catching it in tight, not out here, because you're gonna get your arms broke. You come into it, boom, here, right? Then you come around here, like this, like a clinch. And then I take this knee and ram it in here or into his nutsack, right? And then boom here, and then this leg comes up and right down in here, taking out this knee, this leg.
It's a scrape.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good. Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta come in. There you go. Okay, up. Okay, this is down more. There you go. Knee, boom, and take it out. Yeah, good. Got the basic idea, right? Okay. Taekwondo is a young man's sport.
Yeah.
The most flexible people in the world are said to be the Mongolian people, right? And we've got a lot of Mongolian Yujun here. So a lot of Koreans tend to be pretty flexible compared to Occidental folks in the main,
Yeah.
right? So
Well, they grew up
kicking
sitting on the floor too.
is good for them, high kicks. For us old guys, basically raised in Western civilization, so.
Although he can do full lotus, no
Yeah.
problem.
But I can't get high anymore in my kicks. Anyway, okay, so that's that one. Next one is this one.
Are we doing passive?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
just,
So, yeah.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah. Nope.
oh, sorry.
There you go. Okay. So this is kind of going in, right? Energy forward. This one is, yeah, sucking. It's swallowing, and you can do the same thing. The bicep destruction. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I still get mixed up. Boom.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Wasn't there also one of these?
Yeah, you can do that. So right here, I'm turning in
Motorcycle
here,
grip.
and then I just come here. See, use this as a swivel, right? And just come over here. Yeah, and the motorcycle turns it this way to turn up his elbow, and then you can do a drop.
Yep.
Drop and a slide.
Yeah.
If you're really mean, instead of a drop and a slide, you can do an elbow hit. Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Swallow. Nope. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Well, okay, do the first one first.
Oh, well, we were doing yang before. This is yin.
Yes.
So, oh, well, just,
Okay. Okay,
Just
so
that?
do another one.
oh, okay.
Do another one. Oh, it's a little high, right in here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Do another one. Did you do the? There you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. And look, you don't have to do too much muscle here. Just turn and drop your weight. Okay. We have another one there. Oh, pompai. Yeah.
Oh, on the
Right.
passive one?
Yeah. And it's the same thing. Yeah. You just slide in. Here. Okay. So that's
On
that
that
for that.
pie, would you want to like go to the jaw? To the...
Depends on where his body is. You want to hit. Basic idea is you're aiming for his spine. So here it's here. Here it's here. Here it's here. Right? That's how you think about it.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You're destabilizing his. You're taking control of his physical center line, which is his spine, basically, or just right in front of his spine. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now for this back back to the concept, right? Let's do this way. We have the cross body, which is here. You're snaking in, okay? Kempo, you often see it like this. They're like here, bang, right in there like that, okay? So it's just here and then contouring up here. Oh yeah, I forgot Kaji Kempo. I studied Kaji Kempo too, which is kind of a Hawaiian Kempo. A Chanpong. It's a mix. Okay, now do all of these sets by yourself. Let's play for the camera.
Oh, put me on the spot.
Work through the tons, yeah. So you should be able to practice these things by yourself. I know Matthew's been practicing these at home.
This is it, but I apparently had the order wrong. Anyway.
Starts with the
There goes slow.
Yep. Okay, look. Do it this way now. Here's the diff. This is what you're doing.
Here. This way. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Punch comes from here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Right? High. Punch. Yeah. Other one. Yeah. Right. Right. Good. Loosen up a little bit. You kind of look stiff. It's the shoulders. Okay.
right.
Okay, now you can also do this with footwork, right?
Yep.
Okay, so ultimately you can use each of these little packets or whatever you want to call them, these little sets, to work your footwork, to work your second, third hand, to work those basic.
Maybe, what do you think about since I'm facing this way, doing like showing some basic footwork steps?
Go ahead.
What do you think?
Show me what you can do.
Well, how about stance for one thing? What's the stance called?
Okay, it's called the character number 2 stance.
And a little slightly pigeon-toed. Feet are maybe a little bit wider than shoulder. A little bit.
Yeah, how about that?
Knees are bent, slightly bent. There's a little bit of a hunch.
Your pelvis is tucked.
Pelvis is tucked.
This is, you want to curve in your spine a little bit, okay? So he's kind of like this, okay.
And so
That's good.
chest is a little
Yeah,
caved
yeah,
in.
little cave.
And there are reasons for this, and there's also in certain punches there's a spring action that goes on with this where that
Yeah, now all of the lineages don't do this. Some of the lineages are just really like to have their spine straight all the time and have kind of more of a center position, not poking back, not poking forward, kind of in the center. Some lineages, okay? The way we're doing it here is a little more like Pak Mei or some southern mantis, but some Wing Chun lineages do this too. I like this too. I like it.
so
Yeah.
and the main form, which is called the Sulim Dao,
Yeah.
is this is kind of the default position with the sometimes the just like this, sometimes like that. But anyway, this is number 2,
Yeah.
right? And so
Which is not poo-poo, it's number 2.
there is well, where should I start with this one? So
Yeah, start with,
rotating,
well,
that.
when you do these exercises, you know, start here, right? And then you're gonna do the shift, right?
Yeah, start the shift.
And then you can do the steps. You can do the circle steps straight in, so your feet, your rear toe and your heel of your front foot are kind of even, like this, okay? Can you see? Like this, okay? And so when you go forward, you're like this, right? Okay? And then you can also do the step and turn, all right? You're stepping with your, in the direction you're moving, you're stepping, and then you're turning. Step, turn. And as you're turning, your body is moving in as one part, not like step, turn, not that. It's all one movement. Everything's moving as one unified system, okay? And then you can do a drive-in too. So you're here, I'm driving straight in, boom, like this, okay? You can practice all of those. But right now, let's just do that and the turn, okay?
So, you know, it's like, so for example, this would be the passive combat, right?
No, that's the active combat.
Well,
That's passive.
but that's the first basic, but, and it's not, I'm not doing it on my toes, I'm not doing it on my heels, it's kind of like in the middle, somewhere around the arch. So
Now, you know, realistically, right, when you get out in the real world, it really kind of depends on what surface you are, is how you're going to turn. But this is the basic practice, yeah? And you have to adapt, right? Sometimes if you have rubber soles on and you're on concrete, it's going to be really hard to slide your feet that way, right? So you might have to, like, you know, come up on your toes, for example, all right, to do that. There you go.
there's also back, right?
Yeah. How about, okay, move to the, yeah, move, yeah, okay, now move to the left. Go back to where you were. Okay, now do your thing. Okay? What are you doing? What is that?
Isn't that the triangle?
Okay. All right. Turn your hips. There you go.
Is it just a turning out and in,
Yeah,
and
right.
and hips always oriented straight ahead.
Try to do that, yeah.
Knees are, so there's a kind of a tension. The hips, normally your feet are staggered like this. Your body wants to, your hips want to orientate at that angle, but they're straightforward, and what that does is it draws your knees closer together, which gives a bit more stability, but it also helps protect the groin, is what you told me.
Yeah, and
in
when
the
you
past.
have your quad tilted forward, right?
Quad is, what part is the quad?
It's just this area right here, like this
the
triangle.
groin, the
right?
groin area.
So as this is tucked, what happens here, it kind of comes in, right?
Right.
So you're here and you tuck that, it kind of tightens it up in here. So it makes it a little more difficult to get a shot in there.
It's not only brain rewiring. It's also, there are also physical structures that feel odd, and it
Yeah,
takes
well,
some
it's like
getting used
riding
to.
a bike, you know? Most kids don't hop on and take off, they hop on and fall down.
Yeah, and then sometimes recently we've been doing these steps with low kicks, right? So,
Yeah.
and
Right?
right, and then
Okay.
and kicks have kicks have a very different role in
Okay, get in
this, right?
this forward-facing fighting stance here. So your front toe and your rear heel are in line. Hips are forward. Do that one. Okay, narrow it. What I mean by narrow is, look, see this line right here? Here's my front toe.
Uh-huh.
Here's my back heel.
Yeah.
See? Get on the line. Okay, how does that feel? Weird?
All right. No, it feels like it doesn't feel as weird as it used to.
Now, let's practice this. I want to move to the right on a horizontal line. Step with that back foot to the right. I'm moving to the left on the horizontal line. Step to the left. Step, slide, step, slide. Practice out. Right. Yeah. Right. Good.
And then you could change and
Yeah. Now again, your feet are quite wide apart. Let's get in that fighting stance again. Yeah, a little hard. Your back heel is not on the line. About an inch out. There you go. There you go.
there.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Sink. Pretty sturdy, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's what you want.
Actually, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, left. Wrist. Right. So we do a fair bit of this, especially when we're outside and we can go far. It's like 30, 40 yards. You know.
It's good for your legs.
It is. It's a good workout, actually. Like, it's.
They say when you get old, your legs go first, so it's good to work your legs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like as exercise go, it's pretty low impact, but you do it for 2 or 3 hours, low impact, and by the end I build up a good appetite, which is a nice thing. So I don't know, before we end the stream, do you want to show them a little bit of like what Chisao is about, or
Okay.
or maybe
All right.
just a little bit, maybe
Yeah.
just like a couple of moves.
Chisao is basically you're just rolling like this. Okay, one hand riding, one hand letting him ride. Okay, and we're going these basic positions again: tan bong with the one hand. The other hand is just riding up and down. Try to not move your elbow too much. Okay, so like this, right? This is Chisao. Now, when you do it more combatively and you bring in the punches and stuff, that's called Gorsao. Okay, but yeah. And this is helping you build sensitivity. Where's the energy going, right? I feel his energy crossing here, so I can come in, right? So just working these basics. Again, it's Pak, like we talked about before. Pak Da, right over, right? Just like we did in the exercise set, right? Right, you want to do Pak Da? Right, good. Try to ride your hand a little bit more though.
Yeah, I'm not good at that one.
It's a little different. You want to hit in here. So you're here. Okay, as he's starting to come down, Pak, drive in. Right over your
Riding hand is.
Right. There you go. It's better.
So entry is from the bottom of riding from here?
We do it like this.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why that one's always been so.
Here. That's good.
Okay.
Other side. Oh, you collapsed the nut.
was that?
Yeah. Now this bong energy not going up so much, although you can do that purposefully, like to open up an attack line. But basically it's driving into center. See? Like this. Rather than, yeah. Okay?
Back here.
Pak. Can you do outside pak?
Oh, outside?
Yeah. So I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just about to think of it. But I don't want to do it with the
Okay.
this hand. Can we put it over
Which side do you want to do it?
this side?
Like this? So,
Is that right?
I do it with, doesn't matter, you can do it with either hand, but I'm
You're in
here.
bowl?
Here I'm rolling.
From home. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it.
I can do it the other side too, but.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna just pure form.
Okay. Right, right.
Okay.
Okay.
I do a view.
Okay. Yep.
That was too slow.
Yeah, right.
I'm not supposed to be fighting back.
High bone.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So anyway,
Okay.
that's
That's
all
what she
for us
said,
all.
yeah. And we usually, sometimes we just strictly form, no resistance, just strictly form. But then, generally towards the end, as we get a little bit combative and a little bit sporting
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
fine. You gotta be careful, but and there are definitely, you know, I mean, there's little sets we practice here, right? Like this one or like this one, right? Tanda, Ganda, these different little sets, and all of these you see in the basic exercise we do.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe next Saturday we could show some forms, shooting down the second form with the hangar. And
Okay.
yeah, I think it's enough for this stream. I'm kind of tired of minding the camera myself.
Okay.
But
No.
yeah, 안녕 is 안녕하세요. 안녕히가세요. Go in peace. And thank you for watching. And we were not looking at the screen, so we didn't see anything in the comments. And you know, but thanks for joining in. And if you are in the, I'll finish by saying we're in Hongjidong. What is it? Cheongno-gu?
Yeah.
Seoul,
Yep.
which is kind of like getting up into the big mountains in the
It's
northern
near-
part of the city. Near Sangmyeong
Yeah.
Daehakyo, Sangmyeong University. This is where we train outside when the weather's nice, down by a beautiful canal with cranes and very.
And we're both radical
Pictures.
right, so
Well, you know, we try to get along with everybody, and so. But if you are in the
blue hair is okay.
if you're in the area, and that could be, you know, anywhere on the peninsula, or even if you're just passing through for a short time, and you just like to drop by and hang out, share what you know, and please subscribe to. This is my channel. My channel is basically home music production and some travel log material. I'm trying to. Zane and I are trying to build a channel for his Wing Chun Kenpo instruction. He's not up to 50 subscribers yet, which is required for him to do the live stream on his channel. And so if you enjoy this content, and we did 3 shorts on his channel, 3-minute shorts earlier today. Please visit his channel. It's youtube.com/@Yuga Wing Chun Kenpo. YUGA Wing, WING CHUN KENN as in Nancy PO. And please subscribe. And if you've got friends in the martial arts, Zane has spent his whole life on this stuff, and I think he merits a following. So we need to get him first goal is to get him up to 50 subscribers, and then he can start live streaming. And anyway, that's enough said. The channel is in the description of this video, and Zane's email is yugawingchunkenpo@gmail.com. And if you're interested in coming by and checking out what we do here, just send an email to him, and we'll take it from there. Thank you for watching, and we're gonna go and finish out this session with some other stuff. Okay, thank you for watching, and happy 4th of July, and yeah, God bless. Peace. Over and out.